For this bonus step, what we're going to do is customize the available balls, the golf balls that we have in our game. So what we're actually going to do is create some new golf balls from the golf balls we have and then customize them accordingly. So we want to make at least one custom ball, but you're welcome to make as many as you'd like. But make sure you at least make this first custom ball, name it the way that I name it, so that we can get credit for that from Check Setup. So let's select any of our 3 balls. It doesn't matter which one. If you maybe want to work with a ball of one of these specific colors, you can pick whichever one you'd like. I'm going to pick the green ball here, and I'm going to tap Control or Command and then press the D key. That's going to create a duplicate. What we're going to rename this to is custom_ball. And so this ball is going to be our custom ball. This one's going to look a little different than the rest. We actually want to double click into our custom ball to open up our prefab editor. And here we can actually change the way that this ball's prefab is set up. So we have a couple options for how we could customize our ball. The first thing that we want to do is add something to it to make it look unique. So what I think look the best are maybe the flowers or the crops. I kind of like the pumpkin personally because we're coming up on Halloween. And if you click on any of the objects in our decorations, you'll notice in the inspector that they don't have a collider. If we select our custom ball here, we'll see that the sphere collider component is there, but the other parts don't. So what that means is that when our ball is rolling after we hit it, anything that we put on our ball is not actually going to affect the way the ball rolls. It's just going to be there visually. So what we can do is put any object that we have in here. There's also the statue here, the statue head's a pretty good one. But you can look through all this stuff and find something that you like. Again, I think I'm going to go with this pumpkin here. So all we have to do is drag that pumpkin out into the inspector, and by default, you'll notice that it's massive compared to our ball. So we need to scale this down. So if we tap the R key, that'll bring up our scaling gizmo. We want to grab this little white box here. This will scale us in all 3 directions. And we're just going to drag to the left until it's small enough that it'll sit nicely on top of our ball. I think that will look good. And then we'll bring up our movement gizmo again by tapping the W key and dragging it up. And I'm going to set mine right on top, just like that. So now I've got a ball with a little pumpkin head on it. And if I were so inclined, I might even draw a little face on its front, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that. And that's really it. You can do any of these objects located in the game. Keep in mind, some of them are pretty large. It might look a little weird shrunken down. Things like buildings or trees might look a little strange if you were to shrink them down. But the world is your oyster in this case, so you're welcome to do anything that you would like with your ball. But once you've finished your ball, of course, again, make sure it's got custom ball and make sure it has at least one decoration underneath it. What we can do is go to our clubs. You can pick which club you'd like to use that ball, and then you can swap that ball in. So I used a green ball here, so I'm going to swap this in for my green club. So I select the green club prefab, go back to my golf balls folder, and drop the custom ball into my ball prefab slot. So now when my ball is spawned and I'm able to actually play the course, I'll see this ball with the nice little pumpkin head spawned on top.